You're back already? Go and train. You should practice.
The Master of Arms looks at you with a grin. He's clearly happier than you've ever seen him before.
Don't worry about this. You did the right thing. The weirdness claimed him as one of its own before you could end his suffering. I just wish I prevented the unnecessary deaths of his victims while I still could. But that, well, it wouldn't be simple disobedience. Killing my lord's son would have been treason, and I respected Warwick. At least, I respected him when he was capable of sane thought. I hoped one day he would see what his son became. And me? All I could see was a tiny glimpse of sunlight slipping through the bars of my cell in the Broch. Maybe he saw his son turning into a monster. Maybe he became one of the young monster's victims. Thank you for taking care of the Weirdspawn. Now I know he's been stopped. My peace is restored.
The blacksmith is hard at work when you approach him.
trinkets, charms, baubles, fair prices, verified origins, and I'm cutting me own throat here.
What can I do for you?
Ah, good to see you.
The Avalonian topples and, just like before, tries to communicate with you by planting a thought in your mind. You recognize the voice echoing within.
I need you to understand that I'm not fighting you out of spite, human.
The vision in your head shows you an island shrouded in the weirdness.
I'm here to thank you for your sacrifice, and to ensure that this cycle stops.
You see the flagship with King Arthur at its bow. You see it sail through calm, battle through storm, and finally land on the shore.
Your invasion woke my kind from our slumber. Thanks to you, humans, they evolve once again.
Ah, good to see you. Need a candle or two?
She looks at the expanding village with a critical eye.
You did a good job gathering all those pieces together. But we need to do more before they become a real village. We need to join them, but I've yet to find the right thread.
The blacksmith is hard at work when you approach him.
Sometimes I think the stones might be magical. See these markings? I don't know what they are, but when they glow, they look so pretty.
You start telling the boy about your encounters with his mother.
She's out there? Why did she leave me here? Why did she come back?
You can almost physically feel the sadness that's rising in him. You try to explain what happened to Holder, but he doesn't listen. His voice becomes desperate.
Why did she leave? It must be because I lost the stone that she gave me. It's because of that stone, isn't it? I know it is.
You tell him that his mother was desperately looking for a runestone when you met her, and now he's lost one.
When Mum found me, I was very sad and alone. She gave me a very pretty stone and I felt better. Then when she was sad, I gave her a stone that I found to make her feel better. She smiled, and she hugged me and said she loves me. But then she left and never came back. I just made a mistake. I was so hungry. I had some nuts in my pocket and I ate them. But one of them was very hard to swallow. And I'm not hungry anymore at all.
You wonder how it's even possible that he ate a magical runestone and survived. But if that's the case, then who knows what effect it could have had on his mother. Seeing that he's calmed down, you try to explain what happened to Holder and why she left him. He's still on the verge of tears.
All right, I'll just be sitting here and waiting for her to come back.
It seems you should find his mother again and tell her what happened. Maybe there will be something you can come up with to help her and the boy? As you approach, the florist smiles at you.
Yes, you guessed it. Issues with personal space again. But how can I help you, kind friend?
man greets you as if nothing has happened.
When I was younger, only a teenager really, I was one of the guards in an asylum not far from Tintagel. On the dark morass, we were stationed there to ensure the plague wouldn't spread. You know how it is with all these infected people. Since they're destined to die of the Red Death, they just don't care what happens to the rest of us. I was supposed to protect the healthy, but at one point I couldn't. I got soft and I couldn't keep up with my duties. I couldn't sacrifice the few for the many. I did save a group of infected people, but I let the plague spread. Now you see the nature of my crime.
You think about his deeds and realize that if he was just a teenager back then, he must have been sitting here for a long, long time.
Maybe I did. But many people, maybe even ones more innocent than those I saved, died because of my choice.
You explain that someone in your village is interested in his condition. You ask for a sample of the roots which link him to the flame. With a puzzled stare, but without the slightest hesitation, he cuts off a chunk of his leg and hands it to you. He falls silent. You know there's more that he wanted to ask you, but you can clearly see that he's not in the mood for further conversation.